In today's episode of Manabonded, Josh explains why his blood test results came back so weird. Mountain Dew Code Red. It's just Mountain Dew Code Red. Yeah. Zack attempts to make his first white people potato salad.
I am here reading this wonderful outline, and it says catch up.
And Nate shares an excerpt from his most recent Moby Dick fanfiction.
I want you so bad, old man of the sea.
Hello everyone and welcome to Manabonded, the most whimsical Magic the Gathering podcast you've listened to today. My name is Josh, I'm your host, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nate and Zack. Say hey guys.
Hey guys. Whimsical. Ooh.
I love whimsy. Have you guys heard the song by Kyle Gordon, the Africa song?
Yes. Is that the one where it's making
that
fun of
gives-
African tourists?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no, I
is
have not seen this one.
fantastic.
It's so good. That song is reigniting my whimsy right now. It is so catchy and so good. I love it. I'm obsessed.
That's
but that is my
incredible.
whimsy level right now, is that song.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about some music, I every Monday, usually, not today, but usually every Monday, I listen to Spotify's Discover playlist, where it'll just kind of aggregate a couple of songs from artists you might enjoy based on what you already listened to. So it'll throw together about this 2-hour playlist. So I listened to mine last week, and in rare form, I actually liked, I think, 3 of them. Normally I can find at least one that I'll pull, but this last week I found 3, and one of them was a group called
Sorry,
AJR.
real quick.
What?
Real quick.
Oh, I love
It's
AJR.
called Mr. Jumbo. Mr. Jumbo.
Mr. Jumbo,
by
that's
Kyle
the
Gordon.
name of it, yes.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
fantastic.
So yeah,
I'm gonna pull that up for later.
I added
Yes. Sorry, continue.
an AJR song to my playlist. If you haven't heard
Sir,
AJR, if you're on social media,
Are you just getting into AJR? Are you just getting into AJR?
Look, here's the thing, they're one of the artists that I listen to their music a lot without knowing who it was.
That's fair. That is fair. They are very much like, they have like 1 or 2 songs that really get popular on the radio. Like Weak
It's true.
was one that was like on the radio all the time.
Well, they have
then,
the violin.
there's
But like they
Bang.
have some banger
The-
songs.
the-
They have such good songs.
The one about the playing this world's smallest violin.
The
is
World's
the name
Smallest
of the song.
Violin.
Yeah, that one became a short form meme for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, if you haven't
They're
heard
a very
of
good
AJR,
band,
they're
though.
fantastic.
They
the
are
song,
very good.
The song that's earworming me from them right now is the acoustic cover of Inertia.
Ooh, Inertia's good.
And I love the song, but only the acoustic one. I listened to the non-acoustic one and I can't do it. The acoustic just sounds
Yeah.
so good.
You would probably like Karma. Karma's really good. That's one of my
I'll check that
favorites.
one out for sure. I also pulled a really weird like EDM funk piece that I just like have a weakness for when it's like really strong electronic music with the funkiest saxophone and trumpet playing in
It's
there.
like jazz, but EDM
Dude,
jazz.
exactly, dude. Big band EDM. I love it, man.
You like jazz? What
It's
about
so good.
dubstep?
I like
Exactly.
jazz.
I don't know, like I've heard people call it like electro swing.
Electro swing. That's a good way to
So
describe it.
that's like my jam. I get some electro swing music going on. I just love it so much. What's the name?
That's when you hit your flow state.
I can see
Hashtag
the
that's a
album
magic card
cover in my head, but I cannot remember.
It is a magic card.
Lone Digger.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Oh
Zach.
yes. I know that
Something
song.
Star.
Like, in the back of my hand.
Yeah, Lone
Yeah.
Digger by some like North Star or something. That is exactly the kind of music I'm talking
kind of
about when I
vibes.
say electro swing. That sort of stuff. It's very good.
Dude, that song was like earworming me like every so often. Like I'll hear it again and I'm like, oh, why do I not listen to this song every day? And then
Yep.
it's like, oh
Man.
okay, it's pretty good.
It's very good.
I'm just sitting here going, so this is what Zach feels like when we talk about random books. Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
this is me
I'm
when you
vaguely
guys talk
familiar
about
with
Brandon
what
Sanderson.
you're talking about.
I'll post the.
I've heard of that. I've heard of
I'll
that.
post the song in one of our channels here.
Like the music video is iconic. Like the
I have
little
never
animals
watched
all
the-
fighting in the club. Yeah.
Never
yeah.
watched that. But I also found Reigns, one of my favorite artists that I've discovered the last couple of years. They put out a new single called Roses All Over, which is absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend, if you haven't heard it before, please go listen to it. Reigns is amazing. They're way under loved. We're going to go see them in October, I believe.
Are you going to see them live?
Yeah, we're going to go see them. They're going to do a gig down in Salt Lake City, so we're going to go see them. They're also doing one in Boise in September, so it was like we could have seen both, but we're like, let's just stick to the closer one to us. So
Yeah. That's fair.
It's probably a good plan considering how much you guys have been traveling up this way already.
And how much we still have yet to travel. Yeah, no, we're traveling up.
Sorry, I'm getting married. My bad.
Don't apologize. It's great.
My apologies. Yeah.
No, we're traveling up this weekend, because one of my wife's friends wants to do just this big weekend for her birthday. It's like her 25th or something. And they're going to make a big deal out of her birthday, and we're going to hang out the whole weekend. And then next month, we're traveling for Zack's wedding. So it is a lot.
It's wedding season, baby.
It really is. It really is. All right. Well, we are a Magic the Gathering podcast, despite what all of the intro gab might have been about. But
what do you mean? We talk about music here.
We do talk about music.
Music by Steve Brown, songs.com specifically.
Specifically, yes. You can't say that too early. All the people are going to get Pavloved into thinking the episode's almost over.
Oh, that's true. That's true. we did trick them out last episode.
We did. Yeah, we can only trick them out so much.
That was pretty good. I was
proud of myself for how that edit turned out. But we are an advice show. And so what I have done is I have curated a list of 3 situations with some questions that I believe we are maybe not uniquely qualified to answer, but we're the ones with the microphones, so we're going to be the ones to answer.
Joshua?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Zack?
I am here reading this wonderful outline, and it says catch up dash hold King of Dale.
Yes.
And we did not talk about that yet.
No,
so
yeah.
why are you skipping ahead? Okay, why are you skipping ahead?
Just,
I want to hear your sadness.
I wasn't sure
Please.
what we talk about in the intro, so I put that out there just in case. But we ended up getting sidetracked with music. Anyway,
you wrote this down.
No,
so now we're doing it.
I don't often do this, but I bought a Walmart pack. I know I didn't support my LGS, shame on me. But I bought a pack of The Hobbit while I was at Walmart the other day. And in that one pack, I got the one card I wanted from the set, which was Bard, King of Dale. The 6-mana card draw doubler and token doubler that I am very excited for. I was so excited, in fact, that I immediately went to CardSphere, which is a wonderful Magic card trading site that reminds me of Puka Trade back in the day. And I went on and I found a guy who had a bunch of cards that I could use. So I ordered a bunch of cards from him specifically for a Council of 4 deck, and about 2 days after
King
I
of
put
Dale
in the
feels
order,
perfect for.
Yes, exactly. Because I've wanted to build a Council of 4 for a bit. I just like that style of deck where it's like everything you do is just going to fuel me.
It's like I'm not stopping you from doing things.
Exactly.
I just want you to do things so that I get benefits.
I want to benefit from your doing cool things.
Yeah, we're gonna do cool things together. The cooler stuff you do, I will also do cool stuff. But I ordered all those cards, and then about 2 days later, he said he is out of town or out of the country or something, and would not be able to fulfill my order in a reasonable amount of time. So he had to cancel the order. I was very sad about that. So I may have to reorder some of the cards. I was trying to get, I wonder if the email is still here. I was trying to get just some random stuff. So I got the Council of 4. I was going to get a Miko Koro, Center of the Sea, which is a land that taps for colorless, or pay 2 tap, everybody draws a card. I was going to get another Midnight Clock, a copy of Quain, just a random things, because he had like a minimum order purchase level, so I was trying to add some stuff to hit it. But yeah, I'll probably do it again.
I like to do that when I like look for one card, and I'm like, I'll see like if they have any other cards I'm like wanting to like kind of make shipping a little bit easier on them.
For sure.
Worth it.
Yeah, no. CardSphere, fantastic service. I think they're associated with EDH Rec. They're Space Count Media.
Sponsored,
so
but could be.
EDH Rec doesn't own them. I'd love to be sponsored by CardSphere. I don't know. They're kind of reorganizing their entire media situation over there, so I don't know if we'll get a sponsorship.
That's a pipe dream one.
But hey, a man can dream. Anyway, that's what happened. I pulled King of Dale, got excited, ordered some more cards for King of Dale, and immediately had it canceled on me. So now I'm sad.
Sadness.
Yep.
In the
Sadness.
humble words of Saka or Zuko, that's rough, buddy.
Yes, it is.
On a happy note for me, all of the Stardew Valley secret layers showed up today.
Nice.
And
Do they look
opening
as
them up
good in
and
person?
looking at them.
Do they look as good in person as they did online?
Yeah, they look pretty
Nice.
great.
Nice.
After opening them all up, I'm like, hey, this is a pretty solid start to a commander deck. I think I'm going to throw together Marrying the Homies and see how much fun that actually is to
There you
do.
go.
Because it has a wedding ring and it has the commander that he had add for the deck as part of it.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
the-
hey,
Two lovers, the kings.
yes, Kanayas and Tiro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be building
Now
that
we
and
can
see how
get
that
to
goes.
questions, Mr. Joshua.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we can get
Now
to
we'll
the
get to the questions. All right. Step 1. Question number 1. This is coming from the r/MTG subreddit from username Chrysaria90. They posted titled, "Asking for anyone's opinion in this matter."
That's us. We have opinions.
We do have lots of opinions.
We're anyone.
That's why we have a podcast.
And we're anyone, yeah.
The post says,
Guys, whoa.
there was a guy I played with one night who was really against proxies, and we ended up playing all night. Afterwards, he even messaged me on Discord saying, "Bro, I had so much fun. It's hard to find people to play who can afford decks like you and me. I'd rather play against someone with real cards than proxies." I just replied, "Cool." But what I really wanted to say was, "So we played all night, you had a great time, and you enjoyed playing against my deck. If you found out afterward that some of my cards were proxies, would that suddenly change the fact that we had a great time? Because I was using proxies."
Bow, bow, bow.
That didn't affect the gameplay. It didn't stop either of us from having fun, and it didn't change the experience we had. The only thing that would change is your opinion after finding out the cards weren't real.
It's like the SpongeBob, where it's like the mustaches. They were fake.
Exactly. I don't really understand the issue with proxies. This is a game people play to have fun. Some people enjoy playing high-powered decks with powerful cards that can cost a lot of money, and not everyone can afford to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on cards. If someone using proxies ruins your ability to have fun or enjoy a high-powered game, then honestly, that's your choice. That's also why I usually don't mention that I'm using proxies. The gameplay is still the same, the rules are still the same, and all the cards function exactly the same way. The only difference is I didn't put myself into debt just to build the deck I wanted to play. I just don't understand how me choosing not to spend a ridiculous amount of money on cardboard somehow changes the state of the game. That's just how I see it. Now my question is, was I in the right for not telling the guy I had proxies, even though he never asked? So there's a couple quick edits that he mentions as well. He does specify that this was not in a tournament setting.
Good.
And this was not in a official Wizard setting either. This was casual games with friends. So very good clarifications here. Anyway, what do you
I was
guys
going to bring that up if he did not.
What are you guys' thoughts on playing casually with friends? Is it wrong to not mention that you have proxies?
Chrysaria90, you are a lying son of a bitch. Let me just say, why would you do this?
Wow.
What kind of monster would do this to their friends, their friendly people? Why would you be a liar pants on fire scoundrel like this? Why would you ever not just buy cards like every other good Magic player would? Wow, I cannot believe this. I'm leaving right now. Actually, I'm gone.
Okay, bye.
I can't.
I don't-
Proxies in my Wizards of the Coast sanctioned world. No, can't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't agree with Zack at all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with myself either.
I was like, Zach's playing a bit. Here's the character.
That was what we call in the business a bit. Zack is definitely not.
BIT.
Yeah, Zack definitely does not feel that way. So don't worry about it.
No, I do. Don't speak for me on my behalf.
Oh my gosh, Zack, stop. Yeah, no. I think it's totally fine in a casual setting to just not mention that you're running proxies, because I agree, in a casual setting with friends at a friend's house, there's no reason that there's nothing that proxies change about the situation to make it more or less fun, as long as the power levels are matched, right? And it sounds like they were. It sounds like you guys had awesome, great games where everybody had fun. So the power levels apparently were fine. And that's like the only hesitancy I have with putting proxies in casual play.
You're not
Right.
selling the cards. Like you're literally using them as a play tool of playing a game for enjoyment. Like you're not trying to get monetary value from the cards that aren't real. Like you're not trying to sell them or pawn them off to other players and trading them. Like you are literally just, I'm playing a deck that has cards that I want to represent as this card. And it's good enough that he didn't know you were having a proxy. Like you weren't trying to do a counterfeit. You weren't trying to do anything like bad. You were literally just, hey, this is the card I want to play in my deck, and I don't want to spend $50 to $100 to $150 on a card just to play it. And that's perfectly okay.
Yep.
Right. Especially with the fact that it's not in a tournament setting. Like that's the only thing. Like, and the only reason I care about it for a tournament setting is because that's Wizards rules.
Yes.
Like if Wizard says you can't use proxies and you're playing in a Wizard sanctioned tournament, that's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like pretty cards. I spend lots of money on pretty cards, but I'm not going to get mad at somebody else who's like, no, I don't want to spend $100 on this pretty card.
Yeah. And I don't always...
Use your money somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't always think that, like, Wizards makes perfect rules and we need to just follow their rules, because then nobody would use
Absolutely
proxies.
not.
But it's important to use proxies at Wizards events like store commander nights and things like that, because if the store is caught allowing proxies in Wizards events, that store can lose Wizards Play Network status, which can cause them to lose allocations of product. The less
Real
allocation.
quick, Josh,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said it like you should use proxies.
Indeed. You did indeed.
Like you should use proxies.
Everybody,
at Wizard Coast site.
ruin the entire WPN system right now. Everyone proxy everything.
No, wait,
we're done. Wizards is gone. We're cutting them out of the equation.
Anarchy
it's
it up.
over.
Okay.
Anarchy it up.
Sorry. We should
This is
not
the
be
revolution
using-
for the players.
Do not use proxies in WPN events, because if you do that, it's not Wizards you're hurting, it's the store you're hurting.
It is the game store.
Wizards will continue to allocate and sell product to distributors and stores across the world. They will not be hurt by losing one store and having them get less allocation. What will hurt is that store could potentially lose a very, very large portion of their income from losing access to WPN events and allocations. So if you risk that, then that can seriously damage a local game store. And there are so many great stores out there who allow casual commander nights with proxies that are not WPN events that are totally okay to go and play proxies at. But if they're trying to run a WPN commander night and you're trying to put in proxies, you're risking the store is what you're doing. Stores can shut down over losing WPN status.
Yeah. Magic, for a lot of card shops, is their main source of income.
Yes.
Like, just the talking to one of my friends who owns Pro Souls, he's like, I don't know as much right now, but for a long, long time, Magic is like the driving sales for a lot of card shops to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
That probably Warhammer,
because
since that's so spendy.
Yeah, Warhammer's another big one. But like when we talk about the big three card games of at least 2 generations now, it's been Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering. Of the big 3, Magic the Gathering is the one that is still the biggest.
You didn't even mention Redemption.
I'm sorry, man. Redemption's like number 5.
Wow.
Probably number 5,
Okay.
I'd put it at.
Top 5's good enough for me.
Yeah. No, so like Magic is the biggest trading card game like ever. It is.
Yeah.
It's got the most support for local level tournaments as well as large scale tournaments. It's got a lot of players across every town you go to. Like, you can go to a town that's maybe 5,000 people strong, and it would probably have a small store selling Magic cards. That might have a small gathering of players who do like pre-releases, maybe 8 to 9 people who do a pre-release every set, like that's not uncommon. And it's kind of wild to me that where I grew up over in Western Idaho, Eastern Oregon area, that it took us so long to get a store that wasn't in the greater Boise area. A lot of us wanted to play, and we ended up playing at friends' houses until one opened up maybe 30 minutes away from us, and then one finally opened up only 10 minutes away. Pro Souls was the first one into the area to open up, and it's crazy to me that it took them this long. Magic is such a big game,
For sure.
and it's such a big portion of these stores' income. Don't risk a store's WPN status.
Yeah.
And for like the more frugal players who like can't afford to just have like 18 different decks, like have one deck that is real cards that you can take to a not proxy friendly store.
Sure.
And then you can have other decks that are proxied, and then you can use those when appropriate, and you can use your main deck or the real deck when appropriate as well.
Yeah.
So
This user on the MTG subreddit, Chrysaria, also specifically says that if I'm playing in an official tournament, I use a legitimate deck that follows Wizards rules. I actually have a deck specifically for tournament play.
There you go.
When he's in tournament play, he uses real Magic cards. But when he's playing with friends, he's like, I do proxies because it's just better. And I'm totally on board with this. Proxies are not the problem.
no, it's deck building and deck power level that is matching the pod that you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the more important part than cards are real or not. I don't think
Having that-
makes a
Yes.
difference in gameplay.
Yeah, having that strong rule zero conversation of going, hey, this is what we're playing at, and then people actually following it.
Yeah.
I think proxies get a bad rap because they're used. Proxies are a tool, but they are used in the wrong situation, right? They're used as a tool to solve the wrong problems. Proxies do not solve the rule zero conversation. They do not solve power level, and they do not solve deck building. You cannot just grab the most average EDH rec list for a single commander, post it to a proxy list, download it, cut it out, and expect that your friends are always going to have a fun time with you. Because sometimes the most average list is going to have, 3 game changers max, and it's just not going to be the power level your friends are expecting. So proxies to me are used best when it's either in a CEDH setting where power level is completely off the table because we're all playing at the most power, or when you are just building decks for fun and throwing things together for, Magic nights with friends, and there's a couple cards you don't have or some expensive pieces you don't want to get but work really well for the deck, so you just proxy them
Maybe
up.
you're trying out a card and you're not sure if it's going to work in that deck.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you're like,
absolutely.
I didn't want to have to commit to buying a $60 card that
Yeah.
I'm just not going to use
Yeah,
in my deck. That
some
sucks.
reserved list piece that might be pretty good, but you're not sure, and it's currently like $40, and you're like, that could be good, but let me try it out, see if I like it.
Old Man of
Can
the
I just say
Sea.
how
I was
yeah,
gonna
literally
say,
Old
Old Man of the
I was
Sea.
gonna say Tombstone
Like, I wanna
Stairwell,
pay that
which
much.
is a
I want
reserved
you
list
so
card.
bad, Old Man of the Sea.
Still
You're so
have-
janky and funny.
I have 2 copies of
You are
Tombstone
my
Stairwell
baby.
still, which is like such a funny enchantment. It's like
It is.
It's Zach, have you seen Tombstone Stairwell?
I have not.
It's 2 and a
For
black.
those, obviously I have. Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right.
as a
My bad,
podcaster,
of
I
course.
have.
I
Yeah,
should've
but
known
Of course,
you
for someone
acquired
else,
infinite knowledge.
for
Yes.
someone else out
But
there,
for
who-
the
listeners.
for the
yeah,
audience,
for the listeners,
Yes.
For the
Yeah.
listeners.
What does it do?
It's a black enchantment, 2 and 2 black, that has a cumulative upkeep of 1 and a black. At the beginning
Okay.
of each player's upkeep, that player creates X2/2 black zombie creature tokens with haste, where X is the number of creature cards in their graveyard. Sacrifice those
Okay.
tokens at the beginning of the next end step. So every turn, however big your graveyard is, you're going to get a bunch of 2/2s. Now, how is this really funny? Because you're giving your opponent's creatures. The first deck I put it in was a Kresh the Blood Braided list. So I'd have Kresh out, who gets +1/+1 counters equal to the power of a creature whenever that creature dies. Any creature, no matter what. If it dies, he
And
gets,
those
he
2/2
gets a power
zombies.
boost. So if I'm giving
Yeah.
my opponents each 5, 7, 12 zombies on their turn, and they're all just dying, even in a single turn cycle, I put nearly 30 counters on Kresh.
Right. And
pretty
to
good.
clarify slightly, I think Josh might have slightly misspoke on what it does. Every upkeep, everybody gets 2/2s for the number of creatures in their graveyard.
Oh, everybody each upkeep.
Everybody. Yeah,
That's it.
every turn. And at the end of
And
each
then
turn,
they all
they
die.
It is
blow up.
each player.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot better
So I'm just like,
Wow.
it's
originally.
crazy. Also, the art is fantastic.
It is very
I
good.
absolutely love the art for it.
I consider it's
I'm
also
gonna
a
send it.
world enchantment for anybody who needs to know if that's relevant or
Ooh.
not. But yeah,
I'm
I'm happy I never sold mine a while ago. I was thinking about offloading mine when they were each about $20 a piece. And right now they're sitting at 60. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think I'll hold them, see if they get up to 100, and then I might sell one of them because I have two. I don't need two.
yeah, that's my thought process.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back to the main conversation. Can we talk about how terrible it is testing cards in the deck or testing new cards
yeah,
in a commander deck?
Yeah,
Because
it can be.
so many games you play
and you're just never going
never
to see
shows
it.
up,
Yeah.
doesn't do
Yep.
anything.
Yeah.
You don't see it. Yeah.
I put
And
a
you're
new
like, well,
card into my Tyam list recently that I'm trying out some weird tech. I put Renegade Rallier in, and I did some physical test hands at home trying to shuffle up and try it out, and it just won't show up. It just won't.
Yeah. And you're just like, I don't know if it's good or not. It never shows up.
So I know I'm not going to be alone with this. Listeners can probably attest, but I have definitely kept subpar hands in games because I drew one of the cards I want to play test.
Oh, for
Like I'm not
sure.
keeping a no land hand, but I'm keeping a land where I'm like, I could really use one more land here. I can still play Magic. It's not going to be a great time, but I want to play this new card to see how it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've totally done
And it's
that
just like
before.
the issue with 100 card singleton is like
Yep.
sometimes your cards won't show up when you need them.
Yeah.
That's why tutors are game changers.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
All right, Chrysaria, hope we helped. Basically, no, you're not a jerk for not announcing your
No,
proxies.
the main issue here, the main question or dilemma is Chrysaria 90 the problem for not revealing that he was playing with proxies or that they were playing with proxies? And so,
Yeah.
like, what do you guys think about that? Should you always reveal that, hey, yeah, I am playing with proxies, or is it okay if they're good enough proxies that somebody wouldn't notice?
I think
Like, is that a requirement?
it depends. I think it really depends on the situation. Am I playing with a group of friends that I play with regularly and they know I play with proxies, and then some random person shows up and they start playing with us? Then no. If we're sitting down and playing at a casual night and I go, "Hey guys, we're playing casual. I want to play proxies. I just don't have the money for making these decks." I think those are two very different conversations. I don't think he's in the wrong in this situation, since it sounds like he's playing mostly with friends and this guy just kind of showed up.
Yeah, no. I think
that's
he's
my thought.
fine. I think my take is that the only situation where if I am in a casual game night, right? Like, and I got invited to play with some new people, or it's a casual commander night, there's no WPN event going on for this. I'm just sitting down with strangers and playing. I don't think I'm going to tell them. I think if they notice some of the more expensive proxied cards and they ask about it, then I might tell them, oh yeah, that one's a proxy, right? Especially if it's one of the more realistic ones I've ordered from an actual proxy site. Because I do have some paper slip proxies that I use for some stuff, and those are clearly obvious that somebody would be like, hey man, that's not real. And I'd be like, yeah, because it's in another deck. But, you know, if it comes up in conversation, I'll probably say something about it. But I don't feel a need to offer that information at the start.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like that was ultimately like the scenario problem of this like selection. So
yeah. I would love to find out this random player's reaction if Chrysaria messaged and said, actually, I only use proxies.
yeah, I would love a part 2 here.
I would love an update, man. That would be so
update.
great.
Give us
wait a
update.
minute, wait.
Yep.
How could you lie to me like this? We had a great time playing Magic.
Yeah.
And it's ruined now.
Need to put a comment on the post and be like, hey, any updates?
Yeah.
Hey, you! Yeah, you, listening to this podcast, about to take a bite of food. Do you want to build a deck with the Manabonded team? Well, now you can. Head over to the Manabonded Instagram and give us a follow. Once you've followed, find the most recent Wits the Bibliophile post and comment the card you want added. Once the deck is finished, Josh will build it and add it to his regular deck rotation. What a deal! Come be a part of this early Manabonded history and help us build a deck. If you don't, we'll be sad.
All right, speaking of possibly lying to your opponents, this next question comes
In
from
my
the
Magic the
EDH subreddit from username, I love this, Elder Dragon Energy. Fantastic username. A+.
Nice. What flavor? What flavor is it? What
What
do you think?
flavor?
Yeah, what flavor is the Elder Dragon Energy?
It's always Grixis for me.
Bolas's sweat.
No. We're talking about like
We
the
went two
flavor.
different
Is it
ways.
like berry? Is
Mountain
it
Dew
like
Code Red. It's
Okay,
just Mountain
okay.
Dew Code Red. Yeah. Speaking
just
of
Mountain Dew Code Red with
sponsorships,
extra
if Mountain
caffeine?
Dew Code Red wants to sponsor me, I'll take it. Not to like fulfill the gamer, stereotype, but like sometimes after a hard day of blue collar work, Code Red just hits, man.
It's actually Ugin's bathwater flavor.
Oh no. I don't think Ugin's bathwater is something I ever want near me.
Ugin's meditation realm bathwater.
Oh gosh, no.
This is the kind of responses I expected. A average, here's an
I
actual
was like-
flavor, and then Zach going off the walls with it, going like, let's do something crazy here. And I love
Nicole
it.
Bolas's body sweat.
Yeah. So you kind of going in between you guys. I'm gonna go with like a Baja Blast kind of flavor named the Meditation Realm. So it kind of looks like a
Wait.
pool, but it's not actually like Ugin's bathwater.
That's pretty good. I
That's
like
not
that. Niv Mizzet's Brain Blast Juice or something like that.
Ooh, that'd be
He's really
sick.
smart,
That'd be good.
It'd be also
And
really
then, like,
cool.
Jimmy Neutron has like a brain blast, so it's like
Oh, dude.
If that one was like
yeah,
a
there you go,
2-compartment drink that had a blue, red, and a blue, and when you drink it, it mixes them together.
Oh, there you go.
So you could drink like
Oh, there
one
we go,
flavor,
there we
drink
go.
the other
Ain't that
flavor, and you
just
could
the
drink
shark
both at the same
attack from
time.
Outback Steakhouse.
Maybe.
I
No,
mean,
but I'm
maybe,
thinking
yeah,
like they're
kind of.
actually like
But now
it's
it's an
actually
Elder Dragon.
basically 2 bottles that are like squished together on the sides.
Oh.
And then you could drink out of like one side or the other side, or you could drink both at the same time. Kind of like the like kids candies where they have the 2 different
Yeah.
sour
Yeah,
drops.
yeah.
Oh, you're
like
making
that,
my
I like
tongue
that.
curl up just talking about that. Oh,
Mm.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
making my mouth water just
I
thinking about
know.
that.
I
Sour
used to
candy's
have
so good.
I used to have so much sour candy, and now I haven't in so long that like even talking about warheads, just like
Mm.
I don't want a hole in my tongue. Anyway, Elder Dragon Energy has a hypothetical for us. The post is titled "Misleading in Casual Games." So the situation is that he posts, "I'm holding a game-winning card, and my turn is next. The player before me is playing a very powerful card, though not as dangerous as mine. He is playing a 12/12 trample creature." You can just say Galta. He's playing Galta. "I'm going to cast Crackle with Power and win the game. When his 12/12 trample drops, another player asks if he should counter it. Now, I know something he doesn't know. I know that if he waits to cast his counterspell, he can stop me, and the big stomper is only going to kill us one at a time. To what degree do you believe it is fair to encourage the blue player to blow his counter?" For reference, Crackle
That's
with
a tough
Power is a red... Is it an instant or sorcery? I don't know. Hang on.
I think it's sorcery.
It's a sorcery. Yep. It is a sorcery for X, 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 and red. Crackle with Power deals 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. So if you just want to spend 1 on X, it will deal 5 damage to a single target for 5 mana. But if you spend 2
Yep.
on X, you deal 10 damage to 2 targets, and it just goes higher from there. This is a great X spell to just end the game. So
It's a pretty classic finisher card.
it's fantastic. So
Especially
what
on, like,
he's
a
asking
whirlwind of
is,
war, such a
player,
war deck.
if he is player
Yeah.
A, and player B is playing a 12/12 trampler, and player C says, should I counter that? When you know if they counter the trampler, you will win the game, how hard do you push that player to waste his counterspell?
If we're in a
I'm-
casual game,
Yeah,
I don't really push.
Situations matter. I don't push either.
Yeah.
I don't think
I would say
make-
I would probably talk about how threatening it is to
Yes.
to them. Like, hey, if feels like it's a threat to you,
It's pretty big.
it might be a good idea to counter it.
Yeah.
12 kind of hurts.
I think that's
Yeah.
about as far as I would go. They would cast the 12/12. They would be like, man, I have a counter spell. Should I use it? obviously the player casting Galta is going to be like, hey man, no, don't do it. It's going to be cool. I swear it's going to be fair. I won't attack you with it. And they'll make all the deal making they can to get out of it. I think for me, the amount of, politicking, as it were, would just be, hey man, that's a pretty strong card. 12-12 Trampler is a lot, especially if it's his commander. That's a 2-shot kill. Easy. So
Yeah.
I think you guys are kind of on the point that I am, where it's just like, I would say that's a very strong card and just nothing else. I wouldn't.
Like, I'm not going to go out of my way
Yeah.
to, like, say, hey, you absolutely need a counter.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm not going to
please, God,
explicitly
please,
say it.
this is what we need.
Yeah.
Especially in a casual game. And, I mean, if you have the win in your hand, it doesn't really matter that much anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, I would leave it up to the player that has the counterspell if he decides to do it or not. That's their choice.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to push for it more than regular amount to, like...
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a classic example of where it is better to be the second threat and put the second win attempt on the stack. Because this player is going to play a big 12-12 Trampler.
Turn order just kind of gets you sometimes.
It does.
Like,
it does.
Somebody plays something scarier before you. It's like, that's unfortunate for the guy with the counterspell.
Yep.
Like,
and I think that, like, for you, this goes two ways. If they decide to counter it, then you have a clean avenue to win the game. If they don't counter it, it is then on you to decide, can I wait one more turn? Is somebody else going to get his counterspell out of his hand? Because if you can push later when there is no counterspell threatening, then that's a very clean win. But it very much depends on how the counterspell shakes out.
Yeah, or you can go with option 3 and go fishing and try and bait that counterspell out with something else.
Oh, yeah. This is a great
Very
tactic. If you have something really powerful in your hand that you want to play and you're worried about counterspells, play the second most powerful card in your hand first. Right? I've seen players in Commander games who will, like a CEDH game specifically, they'll attempt to resolve a Yawgmoth's Will, which allows them for the entire turn, they can play cards from their graveyard and then exile them after they resolve. That's a very strong card that allows people to just win the game on the spot with it if they have the right cards in the graveyard. So if you saw a Yawgmoth's Will, you'd probably think, hey, I should counter that. But then if you use your counter spell, then they say, oh, guess what? Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. I win the game.
Yep.
They have dragged that counter spell out of you by playing something a little less powerful but equally threatening first. Now, this isn't a similar situation because, like, in that situation, both would have ended the game, so they were kind of hosed either way. In this one, you want to try to downplay your own threat and really encourage the guy that, like, this is a threat, right? And then that would put you in a better position.
Now, because this is a casual match of Magic, realistically, if I was in Elder Dragon Energy's position, I would talk to the player with the counterspell and help them look forward into the future a little bit of, like, you should use this as a politic tool. Similar to what, like, Josh said earlier of, like, hey, I have a counterspell. I'm not going to counter your dinosaur or your 12-12 with trample if it doesn't come at me. Because then it's not your problem. You still have the counterspell, and the other player doesn't lose their creature. So it's like a win-win on everyone's front that is not you, like your opponents.
Yeah.
And so, like, the counterspell you don't use is the best counterspell to have, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I would make sure that the player with the counterspell is aware that that is an option they can do, especially in Commander, where politicking is a thing you're able to do. And so then, as the player with the win in hand, it would suck. But it's a casual game, so it's not like that big of a deal. And I think helping players be better players is more important, especially in casual games, than winning the game necessarily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then especially, like, after the match, when you're like, oh, hey, by the way, because you played that counterspell, I'm now winning. Like,
yep.
Oops. And that's also a learning moment for that player as well. It's like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should save counterspells for cards that are actually winning the game versus just a 12-12 trample that has to choose between 3 opponents to attack.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it's their commander, and if it's Galta, they're probably going to next turn or this turn
it's coming
play it
back.
again.
Yeah. It's coming back so quick.
Now, and if
There's
it's
a
not
reason
the
why people love
commander-
Galta.
Yeah, Galta's fantastic. If it's not the commander and you want to turn this into a teaching moment, I think that's a great opportunity to not reveal any information you have, but just walk this player through this situation. Say, let's step through this. If you counter this 12/12, there could be other players with other threats. You are giving up this counter to say, I don't want that specific creature. Ask them, do you have anything else to help solve the problem of a 12/12 trampler? If that solution
Because maybe they have like a bounce spell.
Yeah,
or something.
maybe they have a bounce spell. Maybe they have a kill spell. Maybe they have politics, right?
First strike, death touch.
Using anything else,
mhm.
basically saying, like, is your counter spell your only way to handle it? And if it is your only way to handle it, is it truly that big of a threat to you that you must eliminate it now?
Yeah, because you don't even know if it's going to be coming at you. Like,
Right.
And then why are you wasting a counterspell on something that's not even affecting you in any way?
Exactly.
At least at this moment. Like, later on in the game, there's a possibility it will, but...
Well, I mean,
that's
it's everybody.
future sight
People are
thing
trying
you
to
have to think
win, so eventually it's going to come at you because they're going to try and win the game. But you're going to be like, "Hey, deal with me last, and he can stay."
Yeah, exactly. Like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like,
Anyway, don't reveal anything you don't have to. Just acknowledge the threat and let the other player make the decision.
Yep.
Last question of the day. This is going to be coming once again from the Magic TCG subreddit now. From username FewActuator1659. I am so sorry that the generically generated question you received sucked. I'm sorry.
Username?
Username.
question? I was like, what?
Sorry. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Anyway, I'm so sorry that the automatically generated username you were given sucks.
Actually, this guy was born in 1659, so...
Sir?
It's a very on-topic.
Sir?
Immortal.
Username.
I'm so sorry
Vampire.
you're immortal. That sounds terrible. Anyway,
This is
Probably a
not sounding good
vampire.
that time.
so
Probably a vampire.
this user asks, paying attention at the table, question mark? The post says, kind of an odd topic, but I was wondering if anyone faces this type of situation in their regular pods. I was playing with my regular group for Commander, a 4-pod. We generally play at a 3 to 4 level. I'm playing a deck going around artifact combo. I always announce what I'm casting, what effect I'm activating, and if I'm ever asked a question, I clarify and explain what I'm doing and what it can lead to based on open knowledge, information, and board state. We're roughly 6 turns in. I play a card that I can combo with to go infinite, announce to the table that I was playing this card. I look up, the table just keeps talking and not paying attention. I say again, I'm playing this card. Again, no response. I then continue with playing several other cards before activating any effects or changing game state. I also announce these cards and everything in between and look for responses. I move to combat, start using effects to start up the engine I've built up during the turn, then one of the players goes, wait, when did this combo piece get on the board? I explained when, and they say, well, I have a counterspell and I would have used it. One of the other players sees me gets conflicted about rolling back at least 3 spells cast and a phase change in the game. Then he goes, he announced what he was doing twice and waited for a response. You kept talking to the other guy. We go back and forth for a bit and land on, if you're going to play interaction and the person gives you a chance to respond, you have to be paying attention. And generally, our pods follow this kind of thinking. If I miss a window to interact or counter something, I shrug it off. This player got annoyed, but nothing came of it. We're all a good group of friends, and it didn't lead to anything negative, but I'm curious how often other people face people not paying attention. People not paying attention and being given chances to do so, yet still get upset about something that's kinda seems their fault. For context, I don't often play with people outside my group anymore. I used to work in a game store and frequent many, but usually try to avoid playing with people outside of the community I built at the game store for reasons like this. Everyone there is very positive and pretty on point with the rules, so I ask the general, quote, public here, how often do situations like this come up for you, and do they get resolved fairly and reasonably?
That is a thing that I am happy I can say I don't have to deal with, really.
Yeah.
The communities I play in, everybody is pretty on board with either, oops, I missed that because I wasn't paying attention, or paying enough attention to deal with things. Now, there has been some times where people don't do the best at announcing what they're playing, and when that happens, then that's more of an issue than not paying attention to what people are announcing.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So-
your choice as a player to not pay attention. I mean, as long as you as the player are providing ample time for a reaction or a response, I think you're doing your due diligence, and it's on them for missing it. Like, there's a reasonable amount of distraction in a Magic game. Like, if somebody's sitting there on their phone for the entire match, that's not okay. But like, if someone needs to check a text message or something, or they're waiting for something, that's okay.
Or if they get a
like,
call
somebody,
from their
like,
partner or
comes up.
spouse,
Yeah.
you know, take the call.
Yeah,
and
like
maybe
there's
pause the game.
reasonable scenarios for like a distraction while playing. Like, I get it. Or like somebody storming off, sure, whatever. Like, tell me when you're finished. Like,
Also, you
but
know,
overall, you need to be paying attention and
Yeah.
like be aware of what's being cast, what's being played, passing priority at a reasonable level. Like, if you're playing with all your friends and you're all eating pizza and drinking beer and whatever, like, people are going to be distracted, like talking. Like, that's the scenario that's supposed to be happening, and that's okay. But at like a game store, be respectful of other people's time. Like, not everybody gets to play Magic all the time. Like, maybe this is the one time a week that they get to play Magic with people, and you're not giving them the energy or attention that they deserve. Like, it's just kind of a respect thing of like the other people.
I think the only time I've been, like, one of your things brought up is I've definitely had times where I've walked away from the table. But if I'm like walking away from the table to do something real quick and I don't have any interaction, I'm like, guys, don't worry about it. I'm F6ing. I don't have anything to do. I'll be back in a minute because, you know, grab at a drink real quick since it's the guy after me's turn and I don't have anything to do until my turn again. So let me
And
go
you
do
let
this real
people
quick.
know that. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I have no responses. You guys are good to continue on. Whatever happens, I have nothing to say about it. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It
Right.
happens if it comes to me.
Yeah. And this
But
reminds
I will be
me,
back in a little bit.
This reminds me of my round one at the tournament a couple months ago, where we had an Atali player mulligan to 4, have his turn 3 Atali countered, and was so checked out of the game, he got on his phone and was just scrolling
Yeah,
social
like
media.
that's not
That's
okay.
fully against
Especially
the
in a
rules.
tournament.
So, like, please don't do that. But also, even in a casual game, don't do that. If you've
It's just disrespectful.
if you shoot your shot and you miss, and you're sitting there with nothing else to do, your deck isn't really going anywhere, there's other ways you can interact with the game. You can try to politic the other players against each other. You can help other players if there's a new player at the table. But what you should not do is not pay attention to the game by being on your phone or reading a book. I've seen people pull out a Nintendo Switch at a particularly bad game.
Yeah.
You should not do that. And you should especially not get mad when you had interaction and you didn't use it because you weren't paying attention. That's not okay.
If you have interaction, you should be paying extra attention to the game. Like,
my only caveat for the Switch thing is if you're playing with buddies, most of these rules go out the window. Zach had kind of mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah.
But like if you're playing with
if
buddies,
you're Friday Night Magic with your buddies, like,
yeah. If you're, you know, Commander Night with the boys on a random Saturday night, these rules aren't real on the table. This is mostly for when you're playing with people in a shop setting, people you don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if I'm playing with my buddies and it's like game 5 of the night and we're 4 board wipes deep, I'm playing Hearthstone on my phone. Sorry, guys, I'm checked
and
out.
Like, that's an okay situation.
Literally,
but like if you're at the point of a game where you genuinely are like, I can't do anything and I'm done. I'm just done playing. Like at that point, maybe just scoop and then not have to worry about it. Like, be like, hey guys, okay, I lost. I'm out. And then now you can do whatever you want to do without disrespecting other people's time and energy. Like, it's just that easy.
Fun memory for playing Magic is there's a guy that I know Josh has been to his house once. He used to play Magic with him all the time, and he'd do barbecues at his house. But the main thing was there's like 3 of us that would have switches. And when somebody's like, they're going into their 20-minute turn, they like the people who aren't in the turn are like, well, we got nothing, pull out the switch. And that was a pretty clear sign of, you can just kind of go. Combo off, do your cool thing.
No interaction, live your life.
Yeah, we'll let you do your cool thing. We don't want to just concede to move on to the next game because clearly you want to do the cool thing. And
I want to let you do the cool thing, but I also don't want to sit here waiting for it. Like,
yeah. As somebody who loves doing the cool thing, and had what's the ogre that gives everything cascade?
Oh, Yidris.
The ogre.
Yidris. Okay, that's what I thought. Yidris had a Yidris deck that I like to
Speaking
play
of
on
Maelstrom
occasion.
Wanderer, and that was not right.
Yeah. Maelstrom Wanderer is like the one that's a little bit less scary, but that one, if I got to pop off, my turn would take my turns, because it was an infinite turn cascade deck, would take a long time. So I joked around with people. It's like, I should bring coloring pages. And then after I realized that, I'm like, I'm just going to take this deck apart.
Yeah, if you're giving people coloring books, I think it's maybe time to either take another look at the deck or make sure you're playing in the right power level.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's fun to have those stormy turns where like you do like a thing for 10, 15 minutes, but like it's a lot for your opponents to have to sit through.
Yep.
And like I know it's a fun time, I know it's a great time, but like be a little bit respectful of people's time and energy, and maybe focus on a deck that doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Or have a way to do it quicker.
Or, have it be one of the 7 or 8 decks you bring for the night.
Yeah. Play it one time.
Play it once, do the cool thing, and go, all right, I'm done with this for the night.
Because not everyone has time to play Magic. Not everyone has the time in their life to do it. So, like, be respectful of people coming to, like, especially at, like, Commander Nights. Like, just be respectful of people and understand that not everyone can play as much Magic as you do, or this is like the one time a week that they're able to. And when it's not a good time for them, it kind of sucks that the one time you get to play Magic for the week and you're like, oh man, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I sat there watching someone play solitaire for an hour and I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't even really get to play the game I love. Like it's just unfortunate when that happens.
It always sucked going to Phoenix Fire when I had my 3 games were just terrible games. Either I wasn't participating, or because my deck
Variance
just wasn't.
just got you,
yeah, variance got me, or the other players were just doing so much better, and so I never really got a chance to play. Those are the worst weeks where I walk away feeling like I didn't feel like I got to play this week. Those.
Like if I didn't show up today, nothing would have changed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I would have
those
been
kind of moments.
Except my bank account would have had a little bit more money in it.
Yeah.
Do you hate artifacts, brother? Do you think Soul Ring is bullshit? Do you wish people would just curve out rather than play 4 mana rocks at the start of the game? Well, I can't fix your opponent's deck building skills, but I can let you smash those artifacts. Come on down to Joven and Chandler's Shattering Spree Rage Room. We have rooms for mana rocks, equipments, tokens, combo pieces, and so much more. We have all kinds of tools for you to destroy with. We have hammers, bats, brass knuckles, grenades, swords, and if we don't have it, feel free to bring it. Joven and Chandler's Shattering Spree Rage Room. Put on your gloves. Get swinging.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for the questions today. We're going to go ahead and move on to the end step. Yeah. So here in the end step, we're just going to talk about things that we are doing outside of the world of Magic the Gathering. And in classic Manabonded fashion, it's time to talk again about Brandon Sanderson. So I finally convinced my wife.
I don't know how he spells his name. Brandon.
It's actually pretty
Sanderson.
simple. I appreciate it. My wife, I finally convinced her. We made a deal to read the first Mistborn series. I convinced her to read it by agreeing to read a book series of hers afterwards.
What's the book series?
She's going to make me listen to Throne of Glass.
Okay.
Which is
not
Throne of Glass.
Too bad.
It's a Sarah J. Maas fantasy series. Not too much romantasy, not heavy romantasy anyway, at least until the end, I'm told. But
I'm sorry, you don't love? Wow.
Oh, I love love. I just don't like reading love. I don't like reading about people making love. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bailey agreed to read through Mistborn. She has just finished the final book in the first 3 Mistborn books. She has just finished The Hero of Ages. And for everyone wondering, no, she is not doing well. It hit her pretty hard. The ending of that book is heavy and wonderful and beautiful and fantastic, and she had a lot of feelings about it yesterday. So
She might need a rest.
Well,
You might need a rest.
we're not resting because that finishing that is what convinced her to let me get the first book of Era 2.
Hell yeah!
Which I did not realize the audiobooks for those are teeny tiny little things.
Well, depends on which one you're talking about, because I can show you a picture of them. The first two are very small in comparison to the other ones, and then the third one is closer to a normal Brandon Sanderson size book, and then the fourth one is a pretty standard Brandon Sanderson size book.
Well, I'm also always comparing them to the Stormlight Archive. So, like, the first two books are like 10 and 11 hours long. The third book is like 15 to 16, and then the fourth book is 18 hours long. I just finished reading the Stormlight Archive, which are 40 to 60 hours apiece. So it took me 2 to 3 weeks to finish one of the Stormlight Archive books. I am halfway done with the first Era 2 book, and I will be done with it tomorrow.
No, absolutely. So, Zack, for comparison-wise, I don't know if you remember the bookshelf with all the leather bounds.
Yes, leather bound and my Manabonded. I remember.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. So, on the right side of the bookshelf is the Stormlight Archive books. Those are big enough that they're split up into 2 volumes in the leather bound, and they put in a slipcover. The other books are in 1. And you could fit 3 of the Mistborn Era 2 books in the same space as the first Stormlight book.
Okay, so they're pretty small.
They're small.
They're smaller even than the Era 1 stuff. The Era 1 books were all about 20 hours apiece.
Yeah.
I think the third one was 23 to 25.
Fun fact.
That's still not too bad.
Yeah.
No,
Fun fact about Era 2, though, is it was only supposed to be the first book initially.
Really?
Like, it's just supposed to be a fun buddy cop Western story set between eras 1 and 2, and the Era 3 now was supposed to originally be Era 2.
Oh, interesting.
And then this just kind of took off, and then it stopped at the Bands of Mourning, and then it took a long time for it to get from Bands to the Lost Metal.
Right.
And that was one thing that was like, okay, come on, Brandon, please finish the Lost Metal. You left us on a cliffhanger right at the end of book 3. I want to know what's going on. Please.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I am really enjoying it. Wayne is not the character I expected him to be. I knew that like it was a buddy cop sort of idea, and if he was the more serious character, you needed sort of the comedic foil, and he certainly is that, don't get me wrong. But it's also very interesting that he's got a lot more depth to him than I was expecting.
So Zack, minor spoilers, but Wayne is a guy that particularly likes doing disguises, and how part of his thing with doing disguises is putting the hat on for the person who lives that life. So he's constantly talking about hats and how they interact with people and how they help you get in the right mentality. I'm actually wearing a Wayne quote shirt right now. I love Wayne so much.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Pretty high, actually.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're a Brandon Sanderson.
A lot of my t-shirts are Brandon Sanderson related. It's just a thing at this point.
I need to get some Brandon Sanderson shirts for sure. I did see he has some like dice.
If you ever meet him in person, you could steal his shirt.
There we go.
Brandon Sanderson, watch out.
Watch out. Josh is coming for your shirt.
We're coming for your shirt.
I just think they're neat. Anyway.
I just think they're neat.
there's a classic Void for President, which he'd do an okay job.
Yeah.
I can't figure out. He had dice, but I don't know where they went.
Yeah, there's dice for the Stormlight Archive, the Cosmere RPG, or TTRPG. So those are mostly the order dice. I think there's also just a normal set. I have the Windrunner dice, because that's my order. You'd probably be able to get some at Dragonsteel.
Oh, I'm hoping to.
Or Nexus.
I'm absolutely hoping to. When we go to Nexus, I would love to see if they have any Bondsmith dice.
Yeah. And then also, they do have some things that are like basically Nexus exclusive. So if you can scrounge up some money for having a little bit of spending money it's usually a good idea to have some money to spend. My sister had $200 last year, and that was good for her because she was particular about what she was looking for. Me and my brother obviously spent more because we have more disposable income, but
Yep, we are. I am really liking book 1 of the Era 2 series. I still will not forgive him for attempting to shoehorn in Wax and Wayne by making the other main character named Waximilian or whatever.
Waxilium?
Waxilium, sorry. I will
Waxilium
never remember it.
Ladrian?
I will never remember it, no matter how much I read these books. It's so weird, and it feels so... It's just so weird to be like, yeah, I just really wanted Wax and Wayne, and I'm just like, gosh dang it, dude. Couldn't you have picked a better name? No, I really like it, so it's just so good. I'm really enjoying it so far.
I'm excited to see what you think about the end of book 2.
It'll be a while before we get to book 2. My wife has reserved the next couple credits to come out of our Audible account for books that she is waiting on. So I'm really just going to be able to read this one this month, and then I probably won't get to book 2 for another couple months.
That's fair.
But I'm excited to get to them eventually. And in other news, this is maybe a little bit tied into some of our cleanup step shout-outs. If you guys have been paying attention on our social media channels, specifically Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, you might have noticed I am actually on short-form content now. I am doing a thing, and I would like everybody who is listening to participate. So here's what we're doing. About a week ago, I was laying down, hanging out with my wife on the couch, watching probably Lord of the Rings, I think, and I had an idea. I have seen a lot of short-form videos where the creator will say day 1 of adding X thing to X whatever for every new subscriber I get. And then I remembered Wits the Bibliophile has no maximum deck size. So I decided, what if I do that? So that's what we're doing. As a community, that's what we're doing. I have put together a Wits the Bibliophile deck list. It is on the Manabonded Moxfield account, so if you want to see it, it's up on there. Every day, I am posting a video updating everyone on what cards have been added. Today, I don't know if we got any cards yet. These videos still don't have a lot of traction. Hopefully the algorithm picks them up after a bit. But every day, I will be posting about the cards that we've added and encouraging everyone to continue to add new cards to it. This will go on for 30 days. Because eventually it has to stop and I have to call it a finished deck, and I can, finish up. Once I've finished up the deck, I will make it in paper. I will probably proxy it. Let's be real. I'm not going to spend $10,000 on 2,000 pieces of cardboard for a single deck for a joke. But I will probably proxy up the list. I will have it in paper, and I will be able to play the deck with you all. It is going to be super fun. If you want to add a card to the deck list, just make sure you're following the Manabonded Instagram account and leave a comment with the card that you want added. If there's a couple rules with it. You can't add duplicate cards, so we're not allowing the cards that can have any number of them in the deck. And we obviously aren't allowing banned cards, but game changers also are off the table right now. We're going to do something different with game changers in the future. So
honestly, love this idea. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great way to have interaction with our community, the small little community that we have, and having people bring a piece of what they enjoy of Magic cards, of the limited of blue-white, but
sure,
of the cards that they love to be added to a deck that we get to build. So it'll be fun.
I think most people have a card in blue and white that they like, so it's pretty safe there.
Guys, there's a lot of openings.
Heir appearance, 55.
Yeah, there's a lot of openings for cards to be added. I can give you the full deck list right now. We have Wits the Bibliophile as the commander, Ugin the Ineffable.
Actually, take him out. Take that one out.
No. Mockingbird, Mirror Form, Beacon of Immortality, Battle of Wits, and Stand Still. That's the whole deck list right now, guys.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of openings. I will not add any cards to this list until it's time to add basic lands. I will add in the basic lands, but that's it.
Well, as long as we at least get to 100. So, got to get there first.
We'll get there.
We'll
get there. I believe it. We'll get there. But yeah, this was also a bit of an excuse for me to learn how to do video editing, because I know you two have dabbled in that as well. So I wanted to dip my toes into that, give it a try. I've been using DaVinci Resolve. It's really not as bad as it first looked once I started getting into it. It's fairly understandable. I've learned how to do a couple fancy things, like do little fade in and out for different effects.
Pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. It's nice.
The one thing I did have to do, I managed to get a Steve Brown song as the backing track for it.
Steve Brown?
I did.
Say that again?
It was a Steve Brown song. I did.
Where can I find that beautiful music?
We'll get to that, won't we? I reached out to him and I let him know I was looking to make these videos and I wanted to use one of his songs as a backing track. So I told him, hey, I want this song's backing track. Can you help me out? And he gave me a couple places to go through, and I got it. And so that is the background music you're going to hear for all of these videos. In fact, after we record, I have to quickly record one of my video for today and get that posted up. So
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Shout out to Steve Brown for making beautiful music for us.
Absolutely. In fact, while we're doing it, let's just go through all these shout outs for all these wonderful people and all these amazing things that we have for you guys. First off, we want to thank everybody who sends in their questions, and we want to thank the people of the questions today for letting us answer them. If you have questions for us, please send them over to us at manabonded@gmail.com. Any and all questions about social situation, rules, advice, deck techs, anything, we are more than welcome. We are the Magic the Gathering advice guys for the people.
I know it's sappy, but like genuinely, thank you to everyone who listens to the podcast and enjoys it. Like, we're three guys just trying our best and having a good time the best that we can, and the fact that somebody out there is enjoying listening to us yap is just mind-blowing to me. And I cannot fathom it. Like, who am I to be here?
The fact that people are actively waiting for Friday to show up to listen to our new episodes is crazy.
It's like, who are we to be doing this? You know,
it's so awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's very appreciated to everybody
for listening. Yeah. But if you like music and you like the music in the Wits videos specifically, check out Steve Brown. You can find his music at stevebrownsongs.com.
If you like cool art and you want to get some art kind of like the one that we have at the start and in the background of every single episode, the start of our short form content, you can find art like that done by Shadow Aclopex. You can find his commission page in the show notes and through our link tree, I believe. If not, it will be up there soon.
On that link tree, we have a lot of different links. We have our YouTube, our Twitter, our Instagram, our BlueSky. We'll have our TikTok up on there, and just make sure you're following on all of those places, because if you want your card added to this Wits the Bibliophile deck list, you just need to be following on Instagram and leave a comment on one of the videos of the cards that you want added. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. That'll work the same way. I'll add your cards in the same way there and on TikTok. So make sure that you're following us everywhere to be able to add to this deck list and be a part of this community event that we are building together. Thank you guys all so much for listening again. It truly means the world to us that we have anybody who's willing to listen to us yap and enjoys it as much as they do. We are so grateful for all of you, and we will see you next week.
Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being you.
All right, let's do an audio sync and then let's get going.
2.
Wait, no, that's not how this works.
3.
Synced.
Wait, let me start. Okay, 1.
3.
I forgot my lines.
Dang it.
Good enough.
It's not good enough.
Good enough.
Sync up. Okay.
1.
2.
Thank
3.
you. Okay.
4.
Good thing I was recording so I can turn that into my own blooper. It is a sorcery for X, 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 and red. So,
so good.
That was a weird moan, I'm not gonna lie.
That was the Elder Dragon
Especially
energy
right
there.
after it said XXX and you let out that moan.
Yeah.
I want to say that's a little
Manabonded coming out early today.
Wait. Anyway, Crackle with Power.
This is the voice I'm doing for the Joven and Chandler ad. Oh yeah, brother. It's like mildly inspired by Hulk Hogan, but also just me, what I came up with on the spot. Oh yeah!
Side note. We're almost to our 1 year
note.
anniversary. That's
Almost.
crazy.
We only got 10 more episodes and we're at a year.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's wild.
It's crazy that it's almost been a year now. That's crazy.
Anyway,